My name is Evelyn Chick. I'm a beverage expert that's been in the hospitality industry for about 17 years. I currently reside in Toronto. You're in my all-day cocktail and snack bar right now called Simple Things. I also own a cocktail experience company called Love of Cocktails, and that is what I named my book, For the Love of Cocktails, after. I just love spreading the joy of creating flavors and moments with people with the love of cocktails. It's a split room restaurant that is pretty unique. During the day, there's Italian inspired eats, so fresh bread, fresh pasta, and then a little cocktail hour, and it switches to a Taiwanese snack menu. It has nostalgic cocktails with really bright and unique flavors, tons of bright colors, rounded everything, and people love the feel of vintage because it reminds them of better times. So this whole concept came about kind of thinking, what would I want my apartment to look like so people can come into my cocktail bar and really feel like they're a part of a second home. Growing up in Hong Kong, I was always in the kitchen in my dad's restaurant or my grandpa's restaurant. And it was always been in my blood to just love the aspect of how food and drink connects people together. It's a universal language and it carries out through every country that I've been and lived in. So when I first approached For the Love of Cocktails, I was stunned. I didn't know what to do, and my editor actually convinced me that I had all these cocktail recipes with my years in the industry, including winning a global cocktail competition, in my back pocket. So this book is great because it's separated in different moods. So if you wanted something shaken and refreshing, there's a chapter called Cool as a Cucumber. If you wanted something on a long winter's night and you just wanted a nightcap, there's a chapter called The Warm and Fuzzies. And it comes from different parts of my life in which I've experienced, whether it be a fine dining restaurant that I've worked in, or a nightclub that I've worked in, or even walking down the alleyways in Hong Kong. So the relationship with Tifa actually started when my marketing personnel with the publishing company had reached out and said, hey, I'm gonna submit you for this grant that the Toronto International Festival of Authors is going to present in conjunction with Toronto Lit Up. And I wasn't sure what that all meant. I just knew that I was a first-time author, and it's just nice to see that there is funding and support behind creatives. So right now we're at Crybaby Gallery on Dundas Street West, and it is a proper speakeasy. So when you come in, you actually walk through a gallery, and everyone does such a lovely job curating different artists that are local and has really unique representations from different cultures and from different backgrounds. And you walk through a curtain and you come into this really, really lovely bar that has quite a minimalist design, but there's lots of elements of conversation here. What I love about Crybaby is that it's a neighborhood bar where you can come in, have a classic cocktail, be able to hang out with your friends, or you can come in on a date. It's dimly lit, it's got really lovely mood lighting. You can focus on conversation because there's no windows, so you don't know when time really goes by. To have that kind of juxtaposition of something live being created outside and then coming in and you're entering the drinks artistry of the bartenders here, it's a really nice feeling to be able to be in that space and feel sort of the passion and the love. Okay, so this is one of my favorite high volume cocktail bars in the city called Bar Mordecai. It has sort of like a Wes Anderson feel to it. There's like a little lounge area in the front. There's a massive bar area, and it just transcends into this really cool space at night. There's a lot of very inclusive programming that they do in this bar, and the cocktails are amazing. There's lots of weird kind of statues and everything around, disco balls, there's a DJ booth, and a really extensive liquor selection. They have cocktails on tap, and when it gets to like the hype of the night, there's an auto bubble machine that comes out. So this is a really fun space for folks to come in and sort of introduce themselves to craft cocktails in which they maybe haven't tried it before. They can have a snack, have a beer, dance, enjoy the music, and heading downstairs is actually 6 karaoke rooms. What's really unique about Bar Mordecai is that early on in the night, you can come in for like date night, friends hangs, where you can enjoy some dinner, some really good wine. And then as you go on into the later night, if you feel like dancing, they play hip hop, R&B, some really cool, like unique alternative music. And I think for myself, I love coming in sort of the in-between where I get to enjoy some dinner, and then it turns into like a really vibey place for dancing as well. The food menu itself is Spanish inspired. There's oysters, ceviche, patatas bravas, stuff that is really, really great with wine or cocktails. And the cocktail menu itself is just really fun renditions of classics like the Miami Vice that's turned into a Morty Vice in a soft serve form. So it's really fun and vibrant. I think there's something for everybody. I think it's all about word of mouth and about curating a space that is safe and fun for everybody to have. And I think a lot more of these spaces are starting to exist, and I really love that for Toronto.